everyone, it's Elaine with Sweet Stampin'. Thanks so much for joining me this last Tuesday of October. Can't believe it's the last Tuesday. This month has flown by and I just feel like every month it goes faster and faster. Hi Karen, hi Joan, thanks for joining me. And we still have a couple great specials going on right now. There's still the starter kit special where for just $35 you get $125 worth of product, or you can bump it up and do the regular $99 and get $189 worth of product. So it's a really great way to join Stampin' Up and join my team. I have a really great team and we have fun team meetings every month. So let me know if you have any questions or if you're interested. Hey Pam, thanks for joining, and I'm just gonna open, I got, let's see, okay, I got good mail and bad mail. All right, sorry, but, hi Joan. I just got the mail and I got a really fun card in the mail. Got my first birthday card. So thank you, Pam. This is really, I love the window and I love the stitching, love the flowers. So super cute. Thank you. I'm gonna put it up with my birthday cards. So awesome. Today we're going to be talking about the Elegant Pines Snowflake bundle, which has the Delicate Pines bundle, and I meant Elegant Pine Snowflakes Suite. And it has the Delicate Pines bundle, which is really fun. It's kind of a build your own snowflake bundle. So I'm going to show you some different ways to put together the snowflake and play with the snowflake and do a whole bunch of different things with the snowflake. I had a lot of fun playing, and I have so many more ideas too. I just couldn't get to them all. So I'll try to get to as many as I can. But first, I am going to show you the cards we made last week with the Cozy Christmas Paper Pumpkin Suite. That's a super pretty suite. So let's see. This one. Okay, so we did, let's see. I don't remember which cards we did and which cards I finished later, but this is one of the cards. I think I might have finished this one later, but I don't remember. But I used the branching out dies and stamped the stars or sparkles from the stamp set, and then stamped the sentiment in pecan pie. And then I think I did show this one. This is an easel card using the Everyday Arches, which are really fun. These are like my favorite two die sets, I think, until I see another one, and I'll love that one too. But they make all kinds of fun cards. So this is a gatefold card, and use the branching out and then the postage. I call them the postage stamp dies, but I think they have another name. But I used the Elegant Pine Snowflakes DSP, and it goes so nicely. It just looks really, really good. So I'm excited to show you more things with the paper. And then I did this one that I showed you, and this is the regular one. So that's the one like the instructions in the kit. This is another one that I did with the envelope flap. So don't forget the envelope flap. It's super cute. And I think this is a normal one. And then this is just a different take on this one. Or no, this is the normal one. I don't even remember which is which. I think that's the normal one because I did all this extra die cutting with the textured notes dies. That's another one that I love. And I think that's a regular one too. And so is this one. Yeah, so these three are the normal. And then I finished this card. So super fun. Oh, look at all the sequins that fell off. I'm gonna try to find out where those fell off and put them back on. Okay, so giveaway. Which card should we do? Which card should we do? It's so hard because, you know, you love the cards that you make so much. Oh, okay. We will do a choice between these two cards for our raffle today for commenting and sharing. And I'll find out where these sequins go later. Can't waste sequins, not pretty sequins. Okay, so let's go to our wheel here and expand that. And I've got names. I hope I have everybody's names. My birthday is November 6th, so it is coming up next week. And I hit a milestone birthday last year. So this year is going to be a little bit, oh, I spun it without showing you. Oh, Karen! Congratulations, Karen. You get to pick which card you want. Okay, so let me know if you want the Joy card or if you want the Merry Christmas card. All right, so I'm just gonna put those up here, and then when you let me know, I will put your name on it so I don't forget. Karen K. K. Okay, and then I forgot to write it down last week, so let's write this down this week. Oh, wrote it in the wrong spot. Okay, just so I know. My little cheat notebook, not really, my little prize notebook. Okay, so we're done with that. So we're back over here. Okay, so Elegant Pines. So here is the Delicate Pines stamp set, and it's not shown full size. These images here are larger, and then you have all these extra images so that you can basically build your own snowflake, and it's really fun. So we're going to build different snowflakes. We'll start with that, and then we're going to add in some of these other things and do some more fun things with the snowflakes. All right, the Joy card for Karen. Yay! Thank you so much. Okay, so that's the stamp set, and then we have the paper, and I'm just going to show you the 12 by 12 paper, which I just had right here. Oh, there it is. And of course I've cut it up, but I do have the full sheets because I've only been using part of them. So look at this one though. This one you have to see full size. Isn't that cool? And it's watercolored. So I love it. I love watercolor. It's really pretty. And then the other side is like salt and water. So really cool. And this is really pretty too, watercolored pines and leaves and berries. And then we've got pretty peacock and salt. And then this one is really cool because you can use the dies to cut these out. Let me grab the dies really quick. I left them over here, which I shouldn't do. I need to remember to bring them over. But here is what you can cut out. So these cut out these right here, or you can cut out the middle, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. You'd rather get the whole snowflake. So you'd rather cut out this whole thing right here. And then here are some that I cut out. So there's one. And then we have this one like I showed you. And then the small snowflake can be cut out too. And then we have this little bow that you can cut out. And then I think that's it on this one. Oh, nope, these guys too. So this little one right here. So it's kind of fun. You can use the paper to build the snowflake, or you can stamp and build the snowflake. So that's one of the pieces right there. Now I don't remember where these go. It's always like a Jenga puzzle. Okay, so that's that paper, and we've got snowflakes on the back, super pretty. And then this one, you can also cut these out, but it goes, no. Oh, I thought you could cut these out. Maybe it's this one that cuts them out. So you can, but it's not an open die, so you can't see. Oh no, it's this die. Sorry. Okay, so that die cuts that out, and then this is the pine cones, and then this is the leaf, but it has to go the other way. So, or maybe I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Right there, like that. So then you have all of these little pieces that you can work with and play with as well. And then this one is this here, right there. So super fun. I love it when the dies coordinate with the paper. Hey, Margaret. Thanks for joining. So lots of dies. So those are all the open face dies except for this one. And then this, I love this. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so pretty. And I love the dark background and then the gradients of the green. And let's just see. Oh, yes, you can cut them out too. I didn't realize that, but I was thinking and I was like, huh, should be able to cut these out. And then these, let's see, not with this one. Maybe it's this one that cuts this out. There you go. That one cuts that out. And then you could cut this out with that. And then, which one is this one? Not that, but super, super fun. So, and then I see this one again, and this one again. And then this one, do we have any of this one? Oh, and the berries. Nope, I don't think you can do the berries. Okay. But anyway, super fun. So I want to cut some of these out because these are cool. And then we've got this on the other side. And no, it's too small. I think it's smaller sized. But super, super fun paper. The paper is always great. Hey, Carrie. Okay, so those are the dies. So let's see if I can put them right there. And then I want to see when I cut out this paper here, if I can cut any pieces from those. I just have little pieces of that. And then I wonder if some of these could be cut out too. Just super fun paper. Oh, there it is. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for a pine bough. So I wonder if this works. No. Okay. Maybe it's, well, I just wanted to see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull those pieces aside. I'm gonna tuck these pieces back in here. Okay, and this is an online exclusive that came out last month. So I have the online exclusive September. So this is one of the samples that they made with it. And so it also includes this shaded spruce gold edged ribbon and the faceted snowflakes. Oh, I love them so much. They're so pretty. Okay, so let's grab the ribbon and the faceted snowflakes. Ribbon and faceted snowflakes. So I know the ribbon is here because I've used it. And we have the faceted snowflakes here. Aren't these pretty? So it looks like these are cherry cobbler, pretty peacock, and clear. I'm very excited to use those. And then this is shaded spruce, so all colors that are part of the suite. So let's get started on some of these cards. Okay, so I feel like it's a little crooked. There we go. All right, so let's do the messy one last. So I'm gonna put that last. And let's do this one first. So once you see it, I think you'll know what I'm gonna be doing here. So this is going to be a shaker card. So I've already attached the Pretty Peacock salted paper on Pretty Pretty Peacock cardstock to give it some more structure when doing a shaker card. And then I've cut this piece to 3.5 by 4, no, 3 3/4 by 4.5, just so we've got enough room here. And I'm just going to put some adhesive all around our snowflake to adhere the window sheet on. And I'm going to do something kind of fun and different with this shaker card because I didn't want to make just a boring old shaker card. So we're gonna spice it up a little bit. So we're gonna make sure that this is very secure. And we have our foam adhesive strips here. So this will probably take a couple. And this is the bottom. So I'm gonna make sure that I start towards the top. So let's start over here. And I'm just gonna bend this around here. And let's see. Cutting might be easier, but it will take more time. So I'm just gonna bend it. And I like having the bottom, so this is the bottom, be a continuous piece with no cuts so that things can't fall out. So it looks like this is gonna end about here. So I'm just gonna press this down really well and grab, I think I'll probably need more than just that. So let's go ahead and grab a whole nother strip and then we'll trim it. So we'll kind of put those together really close. And then we'll keep going around. Okay, and then we will cut this a little bit further and then just kind of tuck it in so it's really, really tight together. And then I can put this back on here for another time. Okay, so now we have this ready. I'm just gonna use a little, my thing is so far away from me, a little cloth like for eyeglasses or for screens, and just kind of clear that out in case anything's gotten on there. And then we are going to stamp, let's see, we're going to stamp our snowflake on here. So we're going to start with our large snowflake, and let's do, I like the secret C. I've been having a lot of fun with the secret C. I wasn't in love with it when I first saw it. Like, I thought, oh, okay, but I thought it's really dark. But I've been using it so often, I just really, 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 really like it. Okay, so there's Secret C. Okay, and then we have a choice, but we're gonna do this in Pretty Peacock. We can do this in the center, or we can do this in the center, or we can do this in the center. And if we wanted to, we could add something on top, but I'm not gonna add on this one this time. So these would line up here, but I think I just wanna do this one right here. This is just the pine. Okay, with Pretty Peacock. So there's 3 berries in the middle, and if you line those up with the 3 berries here, it should go on perfectly like that. Very fun. And so you can see how you can build here. And then we do have the little stamps like the pine cone, and then we have all these little pieces here. The bow, let's add some of those too, because that's kind of fun. And this one too we had. Okay. So we can add some of those, but we'll probably do it on another card. So I'm just gonna put these aside for now. And then let's see. Okay, that's for later, that's for later. Okay, so this is ready. And I'm going to trim, am I trimming this down? Just trying to remember. No, I'm not trimming it down. Okay, so now we need our pieces that we're gonna put inside. And so I have this little thing here. So I can never remember which ones are current. So we have loose shaker elements. No, we have white. I don't think these are current anymore, but the white loose snowflakes would work really nicely. Itty bitty bokeh, those. Tiny bee trinkets, I still have those. Loose shaker, I have a lot of loose shaker and itty bitty bokeh. Okay, so let's see, loose shaker, itty bitty bokeh. I'm just gonna do the white loose snowflakes. I thought we had some sparkly snowflakes. Let me look in one more place. Let's see. Loose silver sequins. I think these are on clearance. Those are pretty. Those are more blingy. I like those. And we have, okay, that's all I have there. Okay, so I think these are on clearance. I think they're still here. La la la. Let's take a look online and check. But these look like they'll be more fun. These are cool, but yeah, they don't look as fun as these do. So these look super fun. Okie dokie. So let's just type here, what are these? Loose silver sequins. Loose silver. And there's loose gold sequins and loose shaker stars. Yeah, where are my shaker stars? And loose elements, loose frosted dots. Okay, so sorry, these are gone from the last chance, but I'm using them anyway. So I think that should be, maybe that, I always put in too much. I always end up putting in too much. So I'm gonna try and keep it limited here. And I'm putting it on here and not in there, because if I put it in here, I won't be able to see and line this up very easily. So now I'm gonna remove the backing and let's see here. I'll put this on and then I'm gonna reduce that. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Kind of gets staticky. And then we're just gonna press down here. Okay, and then, oh, that looks so good. I think it looks really good. Super, super fun. And I think that's just about the right amount of pieces in there. So you can still see the image back there, but you can still shake them around. Super fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a tiny bit of trimming down here because it looks like this was a little bit too tall. So how do I do this evenly? We'll try with this. We'll see how evenly I can do this, but I just want to trim a tiny bit. Okay, so hopefully that's somewhat straight. Not really, but it's okay. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Okay, so now we have our white card base, but wait, we're going to do something a little bit different with this card base. Let's score it at 2 3/4. So, oh, where's my scoring tool? It looks like it fell off. Yes, there it is in the bottom of my bin. Can't lose this. I think we do have replacements now though, which is good. Okay, so squirt it at 2 3/4. Make sure that doesn't fall off. And let's see, I'm gonna fold it in here and then fold it this way now so that I have the nice side. Okay, can you see where I'm going here? All right, so now I'm going to adhere this on top here, just flat, because it's already, you know, kind of got dimensionals on it. And so I'm just gonna adhere it to the top. Okay. And so we'll just kind of line that up and adhere it to the top. And now I have some little fun pieces from the dies that you can cut out to build your snowflake with the dies. So you can use this piece, and then there's 3 of these, which is nice because you can get it done more quickly. And you can build a big snowflake. You can cut out a couple of these, which I'm gonna show you because I did that already. Or you can just cut out a few of these smaller ones like I did here. I used the little glue dots from the paper pumpkin kit. I don't normally use these, but they work okay. So I'm just going to adhere this on this way, and then these last 2 will go diagonally, and that will create our little snowflake here. The only thing, whoops, that's like totally off. How did I do that? And these are like super delicate, so this is going to be interesting. Yep, I'm going to have to cover up the center. Ooh. Darn it. But as I was saying, okay, it kind of makes the middle part really thick, like really tall, because there's 4 pieces there. So just be aware of that with your card height, I guess. Okay, there's our cute little snowflakes. All very fun carries at a pop-up, making tags with customers. Oh, cool. Say hi to all your customers for me. Hi, customers. Okay, so this is here, and then I had a scrap paper. Where did my scrap paper go? Let's use this one. Okay, and we're gonna use some Wink of Stella. Of course we're gonna use Wink of Stella. And we're just gonna color this snowflake. And we're gonna make it all sparkly, just like the sequins. And this is a Wink of Stella that my friend Anne showed me how to refill. If you open it up carefully, you can refill it by just putting some rubbing alcohol in there. And because there's a lot of glitter in there, a lot. Like, I bet I could refill it a couple times and still be getting glitter. So let's see if you can see that. But now it's all shiny and pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Gwen. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit while we put together our little bit with pine cones and such. So we're gonna put these 2 pine cones together. Let's see, I don't know if I'm gonna actually do this though. I feel like it's taking away from the snowflake if I do. Yeah. It takes away from the snowflake. So we'll do some of this on another card. We'll do that on another card. But we will add bling. Of course we're gonna add bling. We're gonna do the stars. So it looks like we have a large star, and then it just looks like large and small. So we're gonna do 2 large. Shake it up a little bit. Haha, shake it up. And then a small one. So we've got more bling on there. And then this we're gonna add with another one of those glue dots on the back. And this one, we can place it right here in the middle, or we could do it to the side. I think the middle is kind of fun. So we're gonna put this right in the middle here. So this is kind of a shaker card, and we've got an element on top. And so now we just need a sentiment. So get a strip for a sentiment to put like down here or across over here. I think probably down here. And then we're gonna put a sentiment inside too, because this is going to be a shaker easel card. Yep. So let's put this aside, and then we have our choice of sentiments. We have warm winter wishes. This sentiment I'm going to use for the other card. So let's do this one, warmest winter wishes. And let's see what I already have here. I don't know if I'm going to put anything on the outside. We'll see. I might just put this on the inside as the stop. Okay, so warmest winter wishes in Pretty Peacock. Something on there. Okay. Warmest winter. It fits perfectly. So this is the die from the Textured Notes, the smallest die. Wow, that fits perfectly. Okay, and I'm just going to make it the stop for the inside of the card. So we'll do some dimensionals. Just do 2. And we're going to put this inside. Sorry about my head getting in the way there. Yeah. So I think about right there. Okay. And now we are going to do a little bit of stamping inside. Ugh, I think it's crooked, but it'll still work. All right, so we're going to stamp Pretty Peacock, and I just want to stamp some of the little snowflakes. So we're just going to do, so when you open it up, you're going to see the snowflakes. So that's fun. Okay, so there's our first card, a shaker easel card. I thought it would be fun to combine 2 different techniques there. Hi, Melanie. The paper is just so, this is just so pretty. So many things. Okay, so moving on. I got to move on. Okay, next, this one. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I created the background first. So let's see, which piece am I using? Nope, I already had one ready. Okay, so I have to find the one that I had ready. Oh boy, sorry. Is it? Well, I can use this one because I think I snagged that for something else. Okay, so let's cut this one down to, so if this is 8.5 and I want 5 1/4, I'm gonna cut it at 3 1/4, right? Well, let's see, 3, yay, I'm right. Okay, and then 4. So there are ways to get around this being a little bit small. Okay, so we cut that down. Woo. And now we're gonna do some blending. So we're gonna do some Pretty Peacock and Old Olive and I think Secret Sea. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with the lightest color, which is Old Olive. And that's Garden Green. And that's not Old Olive. And that's Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. Okay, so Old Olive. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of ink. It looks like there's already ink on there. And I'm just gonna kind of swirl it off on the side to make sure there's not gonna be any like rough spots. And I'm just gonna, I wanna start in the corner. So I'm gonna start this in the corner and I'm just gonna go up about halfway And then I'm gonna grab some more ink, kind of rub that off. And then I want it to be darker down here. So just adding more down here and then moving it up. And then we'll get one more and we'll make it even darker down here. And then I think I want to move the darkness up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So there's our old olive. And now we're going to do Pretty Peacock. That's the next darkest. Okay. So Pretty Peacock. Oh, it looks like I washed it because it's all nice and yeah. Okay, so now for this one's going to be in the middle. So I'm going to start very lightly here. And I'm going to come down into the old olive. Okay, and we're going to get some more. Ooh. Okay. Those colors look really nice together. Okay, so Pretty Peacock. I think that's good. I think I want it a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker in the middle here. Darker, yeah. And then kind of blend that down. Okay, we got to blend up a little bit too. So we'll do dark, and then we'll go up a little bit. We'll just finish it out. Okay, so that's our Pretty Peacock. And then I'm gonna just wipe my fingers off a little bit so I don't get that ink on there. And then we have Secret C. Secret C, and this is the dark one. Here's my paper towel, forgot that I had that. So that one we're gonna start at the other end. That one's pretty dark. We'll bring that up. More ink. I think I need to re-ink this. I've been using it so much. Okay. I want to get it darker. And I want it to blend. And if you want, you know, really lightly, you could bring it down through the whole card to just kind of darken up the whole piece there. Wow, this needs arm strength. I'm getting tired. Okay. Because I want it darker. Darker. Because contrast is a really great thing. I am a firm believer in contrast. Oh, darn. Okay. Well, we'll put something there. Let's see if we can do a little bit of erasing and then lighten it up. Oh, darn. How did I do that? Okay, so now you're gonna see how I kind of try and fix things. So basically the sand eraser removes the top of the paper. So as long as this hasn't gotten down too deep, but it's not gonna look the same, but it'll look better than having these dark marks. But I can figure out a way to cover it up too. I just want to remove some of the darkness there. Okay, well, we'll cover that up because it's not going to look good even if I color on top of it. We will figure it out. Okay, so that's all the blending. Now, the next fun part is the splattering. You guys know I love splattering. So we're just gonna keep this on here, and I just have to make sure everything's away. And I'm just gonna squeeze this a little bit to make sure that we've got some water here. Yep, and there's some water. And then I'm gonna grab my bone folder and I'm gonna squeeze this. So squeezing here, while I tap. So I'm just gonna tap, and I don't know if you can see all the little water droplets, maybe a little bit. Or you can try it the other way where you squeeze with your right hand and then tap it on the bone folder. Yeah, I want to get some big ones so you can really see them. Okay, so can you see those now, some of them? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to use the Wink of Stella, and I'm going to squeeze as well. Ooh, this is gonna be messy. Squeeze as well and tap. Woo! Too much squeezing, but really, really cool. Okay, I've gone too far, and now my whole pad is sprinkly. Whee! So we'll clean that up a little bit more. Okay, so then you let this dry. La, 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 la. And voila, it's dry. And then I'll worry about the other piece later. Okay, so we have this cool piece here, kind of like a starry, mystical sky. And we're going to put that on our white card base here. Okay, no, I kind of want the dark on the bottom. So we'll put this here. No, not quite there. There we go. Okay, so that's all nice and dry. And then, as promised, here is one of the snowflakes that I built. So I used 3 of the large pieces. So you've got 1, 2, 3, or I should say 1, 2, 3. And then I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, again, pieces of the little ones. And then I have put Wink of Stella on there. And now it's all dry. And we are going to put this bada bing on the card. So like I said, this is really thick right here. So it might have a little bit of an issue going through the mail. Okay, so let's try to kind of line this up. Okay. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, now I have a piece of Secret Sea. Oh my gosh, I have glitter everywhere. And we're going to emboss this with the bright white embossing powder. So let's kind of try to clean up. And I have my little embossing buddy here. And I think it's gonna look really cool if we emboss our sentiment in white. So here's our Versamark pad. And I don't think I've even opened this up yet. I think it's brand new. And then I'm gonna use this really long, no, not the Celebrate the Season. Where did it go? Oh no, it was the oh, here it is, the magical one. Let's see, it's the most magical time of the year. And then I'm gonna put it right there. And I think this is the perfect saying because I think this is just a magical card. So I'm gonna put this here and we can trim it up or die cut it later. I'm just gonna make sure that I got that really well and then pour our powder on here. Embossing is what first hooked me, heat embossing, to card making. I saw it and I thought that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And so I bought everything to do the heat embossing. And I made a birthday card for my mom. She is Chinese, and so I thought the gold embossing would be a perfect card for her. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this away from the heat. And I'm gonna close this up. This is an old, oh no, this isn't. I have another one that's an old Stampin' Up paintbrush when we used to have those a long time ago. And we've got our heat tool. And we're just gonna heat this up. Oh, so cool. All right, so now I kind of, do I want to? I do want to cut it out with the die. So I'm gonna let that kind of cool off a little bit because I don't want it to get mushed when it's going through the machine. I knocked over my snowflake. Okay, so we're gonna put a pause on this one and we'll come back to it. Okay, and then I have a card to show you that I made for my swap with a bunch of different supplies, but this is the inspiration card that we made at Creativity Now using the Season of Peace, and it's really pretty. It opens up like that. And I modified it a little bit. I did not make the width 4 1/4 because then you only get 2 strips out of 12 by 12. I made it 4 inches wide and then just put it on a Misty Moonlight base. And no one knows the wiser, it's sturdier, and you get more out of your DSP. So that's just a little tip that I do. So again, this one is 4 inches wide, and I embossed with the Season of Peace and used the Season of Peace dies. And then this is the Baubles, what is it? Baubles and Blooms stamp set. And these are some of the Druzy embellishments. And then here's that ribbon, which does not want to stay, but it's nice and thick, so you can create a really pretty bow. And then it opens up and you get to see the gorgeous snowflakes on the other side. I bet the dies cut those out too. I totally think so. Oh my gosh, they cut them out on both sides. Oh, this is a different paper. This is a different paper. Anyway, the paper is just so cool. So that's another one that I did. So that was my swap for my last team meeting. Our theme was heat embossing. So that's why I've got this just embossing. So I did heat embossing, I did dry embossing, and then I did some more heat embossing inside. And then next month, our theme is going to be monochromatic magic. So I think that's going to be really fun to see what people come up with, because you can only pick one color. You can do different hues, but you can only pick one color. So here's another fun thing that you can do with the DSP. So all those edge pieces where, you know, it's only part of the snowflake, I cut those out. And then here's some little snowflakes. And even if it's like on a corner, so here's a corner one, and I'm going to adhere these all on here to my Secret C cardstock. But before I do that, I'm just going to use the embossing buddy, because I haven't decided yet, but I might emboss a sentiment on here somewhere. So let's just go ahead and do that now while I'm thinking about it. And then we're going to use the matte because I want to get the edges of these, and we're going to adhere these on. So I'm going to try and get the adhesive as close as I can to all the edges here. So this one's going to go here in the corner, and just do it as best you can. Don't worry about being precise, like super precise, because we can trim the edges and then it makes it look beautiful. So don't worry too much. Okay, so then this one's gonna go up here like this because it's cut in the corner. So we'll put some adhesive on this. Okay. And we'll just try to put it up and line it up as best we can. Okay, and then yes, the green ribbon is shaded spruce. So it's shaded spruce here. Isn't that pretty? And it is, I'm wondering how wide it is. It's pretty wide, like an inch, 7/8, so almost an inch wide. It totally looks like an inch wide though. Okay, And then this is the big piece. And then this one doesn't quite fit. So I think I have to just do a little bit of surgery here. So I'm just going to cut around this here, make it look like that was part of it. So I can get that there. And then this can go here. And then this can go here. And then I think maybe a sentiment. I also got some little snowflakes, you know, to fill in here. But I think a sentiment there would be really good. And do I have just like a little sentiment that can just like fit in there? Oh, I don't. Let's see if this one has one. Be jolly. No, that doesn't work. There's this other set that I had over here that had sending joy. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna do that. Sending joy. And I'm putting all these pieces on first. I normally wouldn't, but it's gonna help me with the placement of the sending joy. So that's why I'm putting these on first. And so this one here, I'm just gonna trim that because it looks like it was cut off, or maybe that was the end. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna put this one on. So this is kind of a fun thing to do with all those extra pieces, and then you're not wasting your DSP. You're using all of it. I like using it all. If I'm gonna use it and not hoard it, then I wanna use it all. But I still, ooh, sticky. I still like to keep, I still have a hard time cutting into paper sometimes. Okay, so this one we're gonna put right about there. And then the big one. Is that a cut in there? Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's go to all the edges here. Let's see. Ooh, sticky. You could use glue if you want to, but I don't really like using glue. So I'm gonna put this as close as I can up here. I'm just gonna kind of bring it out over the edge because I want to trim that piece off right there. Okay, so now we can do some snowflakes. So this one's gonna get partially trimmed off here at the top. And then I know we're gonna do one here at the bottom. Okay. So we'll do one right there. That's kind of lined up with it. I don't want it to be lined up, but that's, well, I'll do that and then it won't be lined up with this top one here. I want it to be kind of off center. Okay, so I already used the embossing buddy. So where did I put the Versamark? Here it is. And we're gonna do Sending Joy. And I forgot what stamp set this comes from. And should I do it down here so I can do a snowflake there, or up here and I can do a snowflake there? No, I think it's gonna be good. So we're just gonna do it right there. Sorry that my head got in the way. Oh! And then we're gonna bring back the white and just put a little bit on there. I'm gonna have it go this way. Let's see if I can. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And then there's still a couple pieces in the middle of the O. And then some of the little pieces. So that's why I keep around a dry brush, is to brush all these little pieces away so I can get a clearer sentiment here. And then I'm going to show you another trick that a friend taught me with embossing white on dark to get a crisper sentiment. Okay. There's one like right in between there, but oh my gosh, that's going to be hard to get. I don't know if my hands are steady enough. Another thing that I use are my scissors sometimes because they have a really sharp point. And then I saw some in here that probably stuck to some of the excess glue. So I don't want that to get heat embossed over there. Okay, I think we're ready. So we'll put this over here. And we'll put this out of the way. We're just going to emboss that little sentiment. Oop. Okay. Okay. Kind of warped a little bit. Oh, I shouldn't have touched it right away because it was still hot and I removed some of the stuff. Oh, but this next trick is going to help with that as well. So, let's see here. We used to have these white chalk markers. So you can still get them elsewhere. And so I'm just going to use that to kind of fill in any gaps. I'm not going to be able to do it for the sending because that's too small. But I can try to kind of fill in the joy a little bit. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need, I've started wearing reading glasses. Oy, oy, oy. I'm taking an interior design drafting class and everything is so small. My eyes go cross-eyed. Okay, a little bit more there, a little bit more there. Okay, so that's something else you can do to kind of touch up. And then there's also white craft pens. I don't know if this one has any ink left. No, but you could use one of these too. Okay, need new white craft pen. Yeah, I think that one has run out. Okay, so now we can do a little bit of trimming. So I think it's dry enough. So let's start on this side here. I'm just gonna trim all of that off. And it's just gonna give us a really clean, crisp edge. I love my little guillotine cutter. It was a special a couple of years, well, probably more than a couple of years ago, but a little while ago to join Stampin' Up, you would get this free trimmer. And then we were allowed to buy the trimmer. I wish I bought like 100 of them. Oh my gosh. And I've asked Stampin' Up to please make more. Everybody email them and tell them to make more because I know that a lot of people would buy them. Okay, so now we're just gonna put this on white, give it some contrast, and because it's a little bit warpy, we're gonna need a good amount of adhesive. So I'm gonna put some all the way down, and then we'll put some on the edges as well to keep this flat. Okay. And you could get one of the big blocks. I'll probably do it and put a couple of big blocks on there to press it down. And then I'm gonna add some of these rhinestones to this once I have it pressed down a little bit. So let's see here. Oh, you just get like 3 of these and you just stack it on there. And then we'll see if that flattens it, but it'll probably have to be like overnight. Okay, so I see that I am over time, but I still have a couple more cards. So I'm just going to keep going, and you are more than welcome to stay. So next I'm going to show you how the stamping works with building the snowflakes, which is really, really fun. So here's the large snowflake. So we can ink this all in Secret C, or you could do partial inking or masking, but I'm just going to do this in Secret C. And you're going to need a 3.5 wide piece of basic, oh my goodness, cardstock. Okay, I don't want to try to have to line that up. Let's try that again. Wow, I haven't had that happen to me with this stamp before. So let's make sure let's give it an elbow. Put your elbow into it. Is that what that saying means? Okay. I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be stamping over that. So we can do this small one again, but I think I want to do this one. So this one has little like longer pine boughs. Yeah. And you could also stamp this little one too if you wanted to, or you could layer it, stamp it and layer it on top. You could do some layering. I'll show you that too. There's just so many things that you can do with this. Okay, we're gonna do, I really like the old olive with the Secret C. I think it's really pretty. So we'll do old olive. And then again, I'm gonna try to line up the berries here. Okay. Okay, see now it looks fine. Okay, so that's one thing that you can do to build. Another piece that you could use is you can use this in conjunction with this or with this. There's so many different ways that you can build all of these snowflake pieces here. So many. And then let's show you ones that are cut out already. So I did a whole bunch of different ones. So I did old olive with shaded spruce with Secret C, and then old olive and Secret C, shaded spruce and Secret C, and then I did some of these smaller ones and some different color combinations. And then you could layer these. So you could go like that. And then let's get a small, where's my little small one? I don't know where my small one went. I had a small snowflake stamped that went somewhere. And of course you can emboss them. So here they are embossed in Cherry Cobbler and Secret C. And then this is cut out from our shaker card here. And so I'm definitely going to be using that. And then here are the cutout pieces from the, I'm just going to move all those aside, from the DSP. And so that one kind of got cut off on both ends a little bit, but I think that one's good. And so you see that these are different colors here, a little bit different. And so you could, let's see, it goes this way. You could layer it and you could add some of these, and there's different colors for these too. So many fun things. And then you can layer this on top of here. I think that would be cute. So do lots of fun layering here. And I'm super excited that I noticed that you can cut out more of these. I thought there was just one sheet that you could cut these out of, but it looks like, let me grab the paper again. Where's the dark piece? Did I use all the dark pieces? I think I did. Darny darn darn. No, I didn't. Okay. So it looks like you can cut these out here. So I think these would be amazing to cut out. So I'm going to cut out some of these and I'll show them on other cards. I'm going to cut out all of this sheet here. And then the other sheet that we showed, this one, I think you can cut out these snowflakes here, which is really cool. Okay. So I still have a couple more cards. And I even had more ideas for cards. There's just so many possibilities with this, truly. Okay, so this one is going to be a quick and easy locking gatefold card. So I've cut out some of that DSP and we're going to put it on Old Olive because it really pops off the Old Olive. So we're just going to layer these on. And I did 2 by 5 3/8, so it is really tight, and I'm gonna do it closer to the center here. You can line it up in the center too, but because I'm doing the locking gatefold card, it kind of pushes the two centers apart anyway, so I'm not gonna worry too much about getting those super lined up in the center. And then this is gonna be the inside of our card, and we can stamp on it. We can add snowflakes on it. Let's just stamp on it. So here's my scrap piece again. And I'd like to do Secret C again. I'm just addicted to it. And we're gonna do this one. We'll do down here. And then we'll do Celebrate the Season. I think I'll do that in Old Olive. And then I think we'll do a small one up here. And then we'll grab the Old Olive. Ooh. And I think this one fits in here. Oh, I gotta clean it. Clean, clean, clean. Okay. And then we're gonna line up those berries again. So sorry that my head gets in the way. So pretty. And then the sentiment, Celebrate the Season. Okay, let's see. How do I get this to be straight? I don't know, you just eyeball it. I'm gonna put it up here. Celebrate the Season. Nice, okay. So clean that off a little bit there. And then I think I need one more, like up here. Maybe do 2 green ones, or one down here and then 2 more. Yeah, one down here. So we'll do a green one down here. And I'm going to stamp it again, but I'm gonna turn it. And I have to line up these berries again. There we go. Okay, so you can make a fuller snowflake there. I wonder if you could stamp one more time. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one of these up here and one, I feel like that one should be Secret C. So clean those off and grab the Secret C. And just gonna do the Secret C down there. So this is gonna be our lovely inside of our card for our gatefold here. And I've already stamped and cut out the snowflakes that I want to use. And there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can have a lot of fun with the snowflakes. Okay, so you just stamp an inside, you do this on the outside, you stamp your snowflakes, and you can put one on the back as a surprise and then put the little one on the front, and as you slide it up you'll get the full snowflake. But I like the whole snowflake on there. It looks better. So we're going to put this on top of this with some dimensionals. Okay, we'll use some of these pieces. And these are just gonna go right on top here. Gotta line it. You could do it like that. Yeah, but I'm gonna line it up like the snowflake here. Okay, and then I want to put one more on top, but I don't know where it went. Okay, so now the other side of the snowflake, we can choose one of these. Or we could do a small one, and then that'll make it easier. So let's do a small one. Okay. And how does this line up? Like this? Yes. So this is going to line up like this. And we're going to use a little bit of cardstock to help us here. So I'm trying to find a really thin piece. There we go. So we just want like a 1/2 inch piece, and we're just going to cut that into, let's do 1.5 pieces. So 1.5 and 1.5. And this is another way you can use your little scraps. You can use them for sentiments, and you can use them for making sliding locking gatefold cards, or sliding gatefold cards, locking gatefold cards. So you're just gonna fold them in half. Okay. And we're going to adhere them to this card first. So let's see which way's up. So that's going to be up. So this is going to be this way. So we need to put it about right there. Okay. I might have to trim it. Okay, so adhere this one on right across from it. Yeah, it kind of shows a little bit, so maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, and then we're just going to put adhesive across both of them. And we're going to line this up wherever it needs to go. Hopefully it's correct. And then we have 2 flaps. It is not correct. Is it correct? No, I don't think it's correct. Well, let's see. I don't think it matters too much because you're not going to see the back snowflake, right? Okay, so we're going to put this in. There we go. That way. And then snowflake. The first time doing it is a little tricky. Sorry, off camera. Okay, so you see it kind of pushes them aside. Let's get it a little straighter here. And so now you're going to take your bone folder again and re-burnish your 2 sides. And that is our sliding gatefold card. And you can add more embellishments to it. Let's see if we let's just add a red rhinestone to the middle and see if that's enough or if we should do more. I think that's good. All right, so I'll fiddle with that a little bit more, but that's the gist of it. And then it just pulls right off, and then you can open your card. So it's a fun way. And I did it, I think, 2 weeks ago with the Modern Christmas. And so it just needed to be slightly over a little bit. Okay. So there you go. Okay, so there's that one that I wanted to show you. Let's see how these other 2 are doing. Is this, ooh, pretty good. Still a little bit curved, but I think pretty good. We're just gonna let that hang out overnight, and we'll see where it is in the morning. Meanwhile, let's finish this card. So I think I want to use the textured notes dies. And so I'm going to cut that out using the long textured notes dies. And then we'll put that right on there, and it's gonna look amazing. And then maybe I'll add some of these, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. So I will finish that card and show you that one later. And then we still have, I was going to do something with those and with the ribbon. So we had our easel card that we did, and then this has dried, and then I'm going to cut those off. And okay, there was only one other card, and I might do that later, but I am going to stop here. But yes, so there we go. And you could use the ribbon to wrap around this as well. That would be kind of fun. I would use a shaded spruce background for that. So I'll do a card with these with the ribbon, like this one. And where's the other one? Okay, was that it? Okay, I think that might be it. So we just have this one that I have under my weights. And we have our gatefold, we have our shaker easel card, and this one that I showed earlier, and then our magical one, and then, yep, okay, yeah, that's the one I just did. Okay, so I have a lot of extra pieces here that I will be using to make cards. I got a lot of Christmas cards to make. I even have an extra one of these that I'm going to use for cards as well. And then I will also do another one of these. I just got to figure out how to fix that. Or I'll put another, maybe I'll do a couple snowflakes and put them on. So that one will be a little bit different, but super, super fun. And then I got to do a card that has my bow and my pine cones. I don't know if this one would be the one. Or does it kind of, no, it just kind of blends in with all the other stuff. I want it to pop out more. So, yep, this will get its own card. And then I cut out lots of, oh, there it is. That's the piece I was looking for. I wanted that to go on there, but it's all good. I'm gonna find more things to put it on, and I'm gonna let this flatten a little bit more and then add some jewels to it. But this one is ready, and then I'll trim out this one, and that is what I have. Woo. Okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging in here with me, and I hope you enjoyed these cards made with the Elegant Pine Snowflakes Suite. And I saw Joan say that you weren't going to buy it, and now you're maybe thinking of getting it. Well, it's amazing. As you can see, there are so many things that you can do with it. Oh, I know the other card that I was going to show you. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm going to show you one more card. Okay, but I got to clear these out of the way, and I need my scrap paper again. And I have made a mask. So it's a simple snowflake mask. You can turn it, or you can do whatever you want. Because I feel like I need more here, but I can add that. And I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna do just a couple big ones, and I'm gonna start right in the middle with my boo-boo. So this is gonna be a really fun card. So I have some shimmery white embossing paste, and I've used some Glad Seal and Press, and hopefully this is still a little bit wet. And palette knife. Oh, it's hard as a rock. Oh, darn. So I need to add a little bit of hot water to it. And then I'm going to run the paste over here. And then I'm just going to continue and do maybe another one down here. And then this is going to be amazing and sparkly. So I got to get a little bit of hot water in there, and then I'll mix it up. Yes. Yeah, so Pam, you're saying you like this one. Yeah, I like it too. It's really fun. Oh, Am I showing me now? Okay, so yeah, this one you're talking about. But yes, I'm gonna play a little bit more, and super fun. So I hope you guys learned some fun things that you can do. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just gonna double check. And oh, so super fun. Next week, I am going to show you cards made with the, oh, it's all the way over there. Let me reach. The 12 days of crafting calendar. And the 12, I'm gonna show you the 12 days of crafting. So this is like a double set. So you have like the flowers and the sentiments in it. And then the advent calendar, it's kind of like an advent because you like pop things out of it. So look how large it is. And then you open it up, and I've already popped the first one open, so I'm gonna spoil it for you guys, but it's dies that coordinate with the stamp set. Super cool. And then I'm gonna show you, if you don't wanna see, you can look away, or you can discontinue your watching. But number 2, I was very curious about this because it's so large. It's DSP. So pretty. So I'm gonna see if the dies line up with some of the DSP. So I haven't opened up number 3 yet. I don't know what it is. So let's open it up, and then next week, I'm gonna be using all of the things that are in here to make cards. Maybe it's Hershey's. Oh, gold sequins. Oh, I think maybe some shaker cards are coming. Oh, that's very cool. And then, gosh, let's do number 4. This is too fun. Oh, little elements to stamp on with cards. So that is 4 of them. There are, how many more to go? 8 more to go. And so I'm gonna be showing these to you next week. I think that's gonna be super duper fun. So stay tuned for that. And then I also have, the following week, I'm going to be in Las Vegas for Stampin' Up's backstage event. So I'm not going to have a live that week because they're having the event Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and when they normally have it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I will be in Vegas. I might pop in and say hi from Vegas that week. And then we'll do, I want to do the pine tree trimmings bundle because it's got the shaker cards, and then paper pumpkin, and then the Snowy Delights bundle with the masks. There's masks, and the Season of Peace as well. We're going to use that suite. So hope you join me for all the fun crafting every week. As I've been telling people, some of you already know, I think most of you do, but we are moving from California to Utah. We're going to be moving the last week of December, so I won't have a live that week, but I will have a live the following week. It might be a short and sweet live showing you my new crafting area. But I plan to continue my lives and continue my business and my group in Utah. So just wanted to let you know kind of what's going on, and that I appreciate your support so much. And I really enjoy all the notes and messages that you send, and you coming and watching every week. So thank you so much. And Karen, I'm gonna send your card out to you. And so if you're still on here and you haven't commented yet, make sure you say hi and subscribe so that you know when my live comes up next week. It'll give you a little reminder, and then you'll be entered into the raffle to win one of these cards from today. I might have to make doubles because these are all like really, if I do say so myself, they're really pretty cards. So I hope you have a great last week of your October, and happy and safe Halloween. I shared a picture on my personal page of my husband and I. I dressed up for Halloween, but he did not. So I was a shark. It was a leftover costume from my oldest son. So I just put it on and it was fun. So again, have a happy Halloween, and I will see you next month.